Welcome, friends. It's Dawn with For Grace Creations. I have a cup of Joe. Why do they call it Joe? I don't know. Cup of black coffee. And we are here with just the bits. But there's a twist. Yes, there is. It is Roxy's Weekly Challenge. So, when I was in a hot bubble bath, I went to YouTube and I thought I'm going to watch a video, just sit and watch. And the first one that came up was Roxy's Weekly Challenge, and I believe it was week 3. I'll link that in the description box below. And I found it interesting because guess what? We're using up our scraps to do this project. Okay, some people may not have any vellum like Roxy's Weekly Challenge calls for. Rachel uses vellum. I don't have any. What I do have is tracing paper. And, oh, what are these that I just took out of the box? These are really, really old. I've got a couple of vintage Valentines here and a couple of really old postcards. Now, this one is 1911, and this one, is also 1911. March 16th, March 17th. Oh, wow. Huh. Anyway, so they will be something that can be seen through what we're going to make. So I'm going to set those aside. And here is my tracing paper. Again, I don't have any vellum, but I had these left over from a project. And I thought, let's use them up. They were in my scrap bin. So the very first thing we're going to do, I'm going to show you what the base is going to be for this project. And this is it. So I don't have it glued down, but we're going to make an envelope. I don't know why maybe this was so I would remember what I was doing. I don't know. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this. This here, she does it in many different sizes. I'm not going to because this is all I've got and then I'm out. So mine happens to be 9 inches by 5 3/4 inches. But again, she uses multiple sizes, so feel free to cut yours into whatever size, use a full sheet, doesn't matter. The very first thing she did was she took the long side and folded it up a little bit, and I will tell you how much my little bit is. It is is it a 1/2 inch exactly? Dude, it is. Turned it around, fold up a little more. Now, I'm not measuring. I'm just folding it up. That's it. See? We've got the 2 sides that are long folded up. Okay, and then we're going to take this one and fold it down a little bit. My guess is mine went 2 inches. I'm just guessing. Dude, almost 2 inches. Now, you can fold it down as far as you want, but watch this next part first. The bottom comes up, not all the way to that fold. Give yourself a little room. I'm going to leave, I don't know, 1/4 inch or so. And I'm going to fold this down. I think I have a bone folder. Well, I have one, but I don't. Right here. I could give the edges a little creasy crease here. If you do not have a bone folder, don't go buying one. First of all, let me know in the comments. I've got 3 extra. And I'm willing to send them out as Happy Mail. Yes, I am. So that's part of my decluttering this month. Go ahead and let me know in the comments that you need a bone folder. And then you're going to have to go to my description box and email me. In the description, put, I need a bone folder. And then you need to give me your YouTube name, your real name, and your mailing address. Yeah. And the first 3 or 4 people, however many I've got, I'll just mail them out to you as a Happy Mail, as a thank you for being here. All right, so we now have 2 like this. But this is the top flap of our envelope. If you wanted your top flap to come down farther, you can. This is just how I'm doing mine. So let's go ahead and do these others real quick. And again, you can fold this in however far you want. These here are folded a little bit bigger. And then I'm gonna fold this side a little bit. Come on now. Stay. And I'm gonna fold this side up. Not quite to the top. I'm leaving about 1/4 of an inch. You could leave more room if you want. Hey, stay down there. Stay. Okay, we've got this one like this. And again, like this. Give it a good creasing. If you don't have a bone folder, by the way, use the edge of your scissors. Let me show you. Hang on. Okay, my scissors are not right here. Let me grab them. Oh boy, I can't believe I didn't have them. Okay. The edge of your scissors. Make a good bone folder. Your glue makes a good bone folder. Yep. And then last one. Fold in. And in. And then down like this. And then we're going to come up with this one. Hey, just stay, you slippery guy. They are slippery. All right, they're all folded into the shape we need. Now, I'm going to grab my stick glue. And I am actually grabbing these book pages. They're just, you know, something I won't use. And actually, they have glue on them, sticking them together. Okay. Let's grab one envelope at a time. So here's what we're going to do. Oh, she cut first. Hold on a minute. Hold up. Hold up. Let's see. This is the top of the envelope. We want to cut off this. So we open it up and cut on the inside of the line. You see there's the line. We're going to cut over just a little bit. And right there. And then over here. Like that. Okay, and then I know what she did. And then, okay, so this is our folded flap of the envelope. She then came over here, right here, and cut at an angle. Why? Because it's just going to make it a little easier to get things in and out of the pocket. Now, I'm trying to remember, I wanted to say she cut something else off. Did she cut these and then glue it down? I don't know. I don't recall. I don't think so, but I don't remember. Oh, let's try. Okay. So for the first one, I'm going to cut it off. Just cutting at that line again. Because I can't remember if she did or not. Would it matter? Probably not. We're about to find out. I'm going to do one this way and one another way, and we can decide what's best. Okay. Get those scraps out of the way. All right. So, oh, you know what? I think she did, because then I think she folded this up and these in. Is that right? Or did she fold these in and then this up? You know what? I'm sure it wouldn't matter at all. So let's do that. This was the top flap. So, I ripped it. Not a big deal. It just means be gentle, Dawn. Okay, I'm actually going to come at an angle right away and see if that will work. So we'll cut straight down this line here, And instead of cutting straight, let's just come at an angle like this and see if that works. Yeah, now this one, I'm gonna not cut that off because I wanna see what works best. So let's not work on the others yet. Let's grab our stick glue because what she did next, I think I need to zoom in. What she did next was, let's just, I don't want, there we go. I don't want glue to get on the inside. Okay, so she just ran glue on one edge there, and then over on this other side, like that. And then we take it and we fold it up, gluing those two sides together, like that. And then we have an envelope. Yeah, that works. But what about the other one? Let's try that. Oh, I got a glob of glue right there. Let's put that back on here because we need to use all the glue we've got. Oh, wait, that's not the one I cut. Which one is? This one. No, Dawn, you just glued that one. Oh, here it is, here it is, here it is. Okay, so we cut the extra flappy sides off this part, so we're gonna glue here. So I'm going to take my paper, if I can get it unattached, and just prevent myself from getting glue on the whole thing, and just run the glue like that. And then on the other side, like that. And then we can glue this side up. I think that's actually easier. Now, I will say I got glue right up here, and I don't want glue there. Yeah, so I need to be aware of that. Let that dry. All right, so let's come with this one. And the top flap, we need to gently open and cut it off like that. And I'm probably zoomed in too much. And let's come over to this side without ripping it apart, Dawn. There we go. Let's cut that line and then go off sideways. There we go. And then we're going to come to this bottom flap and cut it off. I don't think it matters if we cut it off or not. I just noticed that I think it was a little easier with it cut off to glue it shut. But really, it doesn't matter. If you wanted to skip this step, you could. As a matter of fact, let's skip this step on the others. Because I only have 2 more, right? I'm pretty sure I only have 2 more. Okay, so glue. I'm going to do it like this. And then over here. And push those sides that have glue in and push this up. And again, I have glue on the edges and I don't want it there. So I just wiped it off with my finger. Yeah, that works. All right, we have 1, 2, 3 drying. And let's do the last 2. So we cut off this edge on the top, go sideways. Cut off the edge on the top, sideways. Yay! May as well just do that really quick to this other one, and then the cutting is done. Yeah. And sideways. You see, I'm not worried about perfection here. Nope, I am not. Come on. And sideways. Let's get the scraps out of the way. All right, so these two need glued. And I think what I'll do is just run it on this side and on this side. And then push it down. That works great. Yeah. And then this one. Oh. Trying not to get glue on the inside there of the pocket. Okay. Push that up. All right, give that a second to dry. And while I do that, let's just get all these little tiny scraps that I am going to throw away out of the way. Why do I not have a garbage can in front of me? I don't know. Yeah, no clue. All right, lid on the glue, a sip of coffee. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yay, okay. What's the next thing? The next thing is more scraps. So Roxy's weekly challenge, when I was watching it, she used a lot of digitals or these papers that had some cool fonts. I don't really have a lot. I've got this one digital, and I found this in my stash. I don't know where it came from. I've got book pages. So I think I'm not going to use this. Why? Because this is not a scrap. Let's get that out of the way. And then I have some other oh, look at that. I have some other random scraps sitting here. And then she happened to have, these mark making pages. And I don't know if you saw, I've got an old book that when I'm gel plating, using my gel plates, I roll off my brayer, the extra paint, onto these book pages. And then some of them, I actually did some mark making, just for fun. So I thought we could use the scraps out of that. But also, because I don't have very many of these kind of things with the cool font print, what I thought we could do, let's get these out of the way. I'm taking these two scrapbook pages that have white gesso on them. And not that, not these, not this, and this. And what I thought we could do is get some black permanent ink. And then I have my acrylic pad. And I don't have any small stamps like Rachel used with print or writing on them. So what I thought we could do, I've got these. This is the Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous Faded Type CMS 397. And this is what you get. And I thought maybe we could use that. I thought we could use some numbers. And then this is kind of like script. I don't know. Let's just try that. So, put that here. Get ink all over our stamp. And look, we are creating fun scraps at this point, even if we don't use them today. Oh, that didn't really come out very well, Dawn. You missed some ink on some spots. That's okay. Let's try it again. And we'll go, we'll go up here. There we go. I mean, it's better than nothing. Okay, so there's that one. And then let's do this one on this scrapbook page that has white gesso on it. And we'll stamp a couple times. Why am I not getting a lot of ink on there? Okay, and do a few on here. All right, so we've got some stamped images. Let's just get that out of the way real quick before I get my arm in the ink, right? All right, we'll go ahead and rip the extra off. So there we go. And I do want that ripped. Okay, we've got those. I am going to keep this little scrap, but not these. And then let's see. I think with this, we'll go ahead and we'll cut it down the middle. And we're just prepping the scraps for use. And I think I'll cut down this side. It's not perfectly straight, but that's okay. So we've got those. This is some more script. Oh yeah, our other numbers. We want to have them ready. Okay, done. All right, and then I suppose we could use a little bit of this. There is some fun script here and there. Oh, that's kind of cool. Let's use that. As you know, I do not have a lot of digitals. I have a few that I've gotten as freebies. And I have just recently printed out someone's kit. And I will, in February, I will show you. I'm not going to show you now, and I'm not going to tell you because I want it to be a surprise. But look, that's fun. We could actually even cut it in half, and then we have two. So we'll set that aside, and then I see some fun script right here. You know what? Let's not, well, I was going to say let's not worry about it right now. Yeah, let's not. Let's just set it aside. All right, grab your envelope. So, at this point, what we're going to do is give it a good crease on the back, just so that we know it is creased down really well. And these are going to be something to put inside pockets of a journal or paper clip to the edge of a page, okay? So we're going to decorate, and this is so quick and so easy. Now, I do want some glue book pages again, so I don't get glue all over my desk. And I do want my fun, what do you call it? Mark making papers here. I do not need my bone folder. All right, here's how quick and easy this is. I loved this. So, I don't know about you, but sometimes I just want to randomly play. So, when she did this video, I was like, oh, I love it. So, Scrappy, and maybe a little bit of a Scrappy. Oh, you know what? Maybe right there. And that's, that's it. 3 pieces. Why 3? I don't know. You know, I remember when I was little, my grandma, she was a stay-at-home mom and stay-at-home grandma, but she did volunteer at the local food bank once a week, and I went with her. And then she also had a side job, her own little thing, and it was called Home Interiors. It was, you know, pictures you hang on the wall and things like that. And I remember when I was very little, I got to go with her to help set up when she'd go to somebody's house, you know, like Tupperware party. Yep. She'd go to somebody's house and I'd get to go with her. And yes, I had like coloring books and puzzles and things to take with me, but I'd watch her. And I remember her saying every party she did, she would tell people that you decorate on the wall in odd numbers. 1 item on the wall, 1 big photo, or 3 things, or 5. It was groupings and odds. Why? I remember her saying that there is something about the eye, that there's a reasoning behind that. If anybody has any grandparents that did home interiors or great grandma, let me know. Am I the only one? And do you know the reasoning behind this? The 1, 3, 5? Yeah, I don't know. But now, if we want to come back later and maybe put a word sentiment or maybe a cluster or something, we can. If we want to come here and maybe round the edges, or we want to go like this and cut the edges up to the corner. Oh, good night, Dawn. That's the wonkiest stuff I've ever seen. Let's try that again. Better, but now... Oh, that's still okay. Yeah, maybe it needs a little something right there. We could do that now. Let's see. We had torn this off. Let's go ahead and... Oh, it's folded right there. Let's just cut right here. And then what? Well, and then... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's go ahead and put glue on this whole thing. And is that about... Yep, and we're going to stick it down there, fold it in half, and there we go. Just a fun little tab on that side, and it could, you know, we could put a little focal point there. Yep. So it's as easy as that. So there's one, and let's grab this one. Let's do, I love this. I don't remember how I did it. But let's go ahead and let's actually just tear off a little piece. And then maybe we want to use that. Let's see. Am I too far away? So we could go like this. And let's see, maybe like that. Or maybe like this and like that. And then one more little thing. Book page. Where did I put that? Ah-ha-ha. Maybe we want a little bit of book page sticking out. Yeah, let's do that. Like this. That's too much of a square, isn't it? Stop that. Let's just chop this right off. There we go. And maybe we want to go... You know what? Too much brown. I think we need a color. What if we use this? And let's just use a little piece of it. Like that. Yep. I like that. Okay. Glue. Now, when I watched Rachel do this, I was like, you know, I don't think stick glue will stick very well to vellum. Guess what? It does. I was shocked. Now, I will say, if you are extra concerned and you don't trust your stick glue, because I'm using Scotch Permanent Glue Stick. If you don't trust your stick glue, here's what I would say. Okay, it's done. Grab, your stapler. It's just a regular stapler. And what you can do, where we glued the sides down, add a little texture by adding staples. Yep. And then you know for sure it is not coming apart. So what my thought was, let's go ahead and grab these that we did. Okay, so this one, it's got a little red. So why don't we pull in this really old, I think this is from, 1916. If we go ahead and put it in our envelope, look what happens. We can see it. I love that. Isn't that adorable? Okay, now for this one, let's see. Red and purple. Oh, yeah. See that the pink and blue match it? Yeah, we could do that. Oh, or do we do the little boy? Oh, you know what? Ah-ha-ha. We put it in like this. And we see, let's see. Look. Like that. And then like that. Okay. Now, my thought was that I could put these postcards in there, but not one of these is big enough. So I will have to figure out something else for the postcards. That's fine. I can find other things to put in here. So we did a red and we did a purple. So let's put those away. And let's see. What shall we do? I really like that. Maybe that's something that should go in the pocket. Yeah, we could just trim that off down here. There we go. And we could put this in the pocket. Oh, there's writing on the other side. Oh, how fun. Okay, I'm going to put the writing out like that. There we go. And we'll decorate this side. Now, I don't have any green mark making things. But I do have the brown. So maybe the brown, like this. And then maybe we get, no, that's too, let's do this one. I'm just going to go ahead and rip it off like that. Oh, whoa, whoa. Okay, that book page is sticky. Come back here. Let's see. We had this here. And then that could go there. And we can just, let's just tear it off right there. And then maybe a little bit of book page. Like, hello, get back there. Why do you not want to stay? Do you want to go a different way? Like that? Oh, tear the edge off, Dawn. Okay. So maybe it wants to go like this. Like that? No, it doesn't want to do that. It wants to come up here. And then go like that. Is that right? Do we want it like that? Okay, but then it's a little boring up here, isn't it? Okay, well, let's go like this. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Okay, sticky book page. We're going to get glue. Oh, you can't see me. I'm just putting glue on this. I'm going to put that up in the corner. And I'll move my book page over so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this. Hello? There we go. This way. Oh, haha. But you're saying Dawn. That's not odd numbers. You're right. 1, 2, 3. No, I still think it needs more. So what we're going to do is, without looking, we're going to do 5. I'm going to glue this little strip down right here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then I'm going to take this, get glue on that, and we're going to go 4, and then this one to make 5. Yep, there it is. And we're done with that one. Woohoo! All right, 2 more. And I think that these 2 I want to make very similar just to show you that it can go even faster. Ready? Okay, let's grab this scrap. We're going to go, no, we're going to go like 1. Hey now, come on. Get off my finger. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go like, oh, come on. One and 2 and 3, like this. No, how about get that off up there. 1, 2, and 3. No? Why? Fine. Rip this in half. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Like that? No? You want it on the side? Like this? Okay, that sounds good to me. All right, let's glue these down. Oh my goodness. Let's glue these down. There's that one. And then I think we did this next. My glue papers are really gluey. I'm going to have to get rid of them. Yeah. Okay, there's 2. And then we had this was next. Okay, so that one's done. And I need to find a page that is not disgustingly gluey. Got it. Okay. This one's first. And then this one. And this one. Done. Okay, now what are we left with? Well, we're left with gluey mess trash. I'll tell you that. Okay. What we're left with is, yes, still some scraps to be used, and that is quite all right. But we also are left with what I would call focal points, or things to use to collage with down the road. I'm just going to put them in that bucket and get the bucket out of the way. This little guy here, I now have these absolutely adorable little pockets. I'm just in love with these. And how quick and easy is that? So I hope this inspires you to do something fun like this. If you do not have vellum, you use tracing paper. If you have neither one of those, go to your kitchen cupboard and see if you have parchment paper or wax paper. Or maybe, let's see, what else could we use? Some other see-through type of a paper. If you use something like cereal box liner, let's say you've got a box of cereal, your cereal's in the bag thing. When your cereal's gone, save the bag, because you can wipe that out, okay, dust it out, and then you could make these out of that. But just understand that on the edges, you will need to staple them. The glue is not going to hold, but that's another option. So we now have our Bible promises. We have Proverbs 18:10, and it says, "The Lord is a mighty tower where his people can run for safety." Hashtag truth, hashtag Bible truth. Yep. All right, guys. I just want to say thanks for being here, hanging out with me, and helping me get rid of some of my scraps, my Just the Bits. If you do any Just the Bits video, will you do me a favor and use that hashtag? And then in your description box, tag me at For Grace Creations, because I want to be able to come support you by clicking the thumbs up, leaving a comment. Yep, that would be great. All right. God bless you guys. Bye.